Hey guys, welcome to Technability. I am Berge. We are your source for no-nonsense tech, straight to the point. So, getting straight to the point here, we have the HTC M8. This is the next generation one. Gold 32GB Developer Edition. I am running this on T-Mobile's network. And you can see right up there, you have the LTE logo. It is LTE compatible. Now granted, I will say this is basically going to be a first impressions video. I'm not going to do the full review because I feel like I need a little bit more time with it to do a full review. I do feel like the network, you do get LTE and you get great speeds nonetheless. And I could show you here if I go to speed test and go to results. On the LTE network, I was able to get about 33 megs, 29 megs, 28 megs. You could see that down. And in some other areas where I wasn't getting LTE, obviously the speeds dropped significantly. But it is LTE compatible. In terms of HSPA+, I'm not sure. It's like when I don't have LTE, the network tends to just drop. But in any case, let's just go ahead and go through the phone real quick, and I'll give you guys my first impression. So this device, without a shadow of a doubt, is absolutely gorgeous. It's a gorgeous device. You can see the SIM card tray right there. It's a nano SIM, by the way, in case you guys don't know what that is. A nano SIM is what you have in the iPhone 5 and the 5S and 5C. You have the micro USB charging port with the 3.5mm headphone jack, the volume rockers, which are a bit wobbly, okay, as well as the SD card. You have the front-facing camera, obviously the proximity sensors. You have the IR blaster with the power button up top. And on the back you have this matte gold finish. Now it also comes in the silver, it also comes in the gunmetal gray, which is a shiny finish, a glossy, smoother finish, but this is a gold matte and it does really feel good, no doubt about it, but it is kind of slippery. As long as you put one of their cases, maybe that dot matrix, you should be fine in terms of having the phone slip out of your hand, which unfortunately won't happen considering how beautiful it really is. You have the dual cameras, ultra pixel with the dual LED flash, takes pretty solid photos, no doubt about that, and the front facing boom sound speakers, which is trademark HTC One now at this point, and the audio quality is absolutely fantastic. Other than that, you have Android 4.4.2 KitKat. If we go to settings, go to about, I'm going to go to software update here, go to software information. Right, you can see 4.4.2. So in terms of the software, it's the latest and greatest, and it's absolutely blazing fast. I mean, this thing is super fast. I mean, it opens everything immediately to my touch. There's not a second of lag, not with YouTube, not with Gallery, not with the camera. Okay, Hangouts, for example, dialer. Going back to Chrome, let's go ahead and open a tab, close out of the tab, and if you want to multitask, you push the multitasking button. You can just swipe them away one by one, or you can just push that X, and they're all gone. So you do have the capacitive on-screen buttons, multitask, home and back. You have basically nothing down here, but if you swipe up, you can get Google Now. You also have the double tap feature, which if you're familiar with the LG G2 or the Optimus G Pro and whatnot, the double tap feature has been available for LG phones. You have the shortcuts on the lock screen. Of course, you have the widgets. You have the notification bar. You have Google Now. And of course, you have the ability to unlock. And you can see you have other features right there as well. Again, which we'll get into in the in-depth review. Just first impression, it's not a light phone, but it's not a heavy phone. It's thin. It feels good in the hand, no doubt about that. It's definitely very elegant looking. The gold stands out. I'm not used to gold phones, guys. I usually end up getting black. I like black phones, maybe white depending on the device, but I like black phones, so the gold is definitely different for me. It's new, but it definitely really feels good in the hand. And the screen, given the fact that it's 1080p, but because the HTC One, original HTC One had 468 pixels per inch on a 4.7 inch screen, this has about 441, but it's still an absolutely gorgeous, vibrant display. Easy to see in direct sunlight, no doubt about that. The viewing angles are fantastic. It's LCD, but it's LCD done well. Okay, you can see the viewing angles. Of course, it's kind of hard to see in this vantage point, but in terms of speed, you got the quad-core Snapdragon 801, Adreno 330 GPU, 2 gigs of RAM, 32GB internal storage with an SD card, expandable to 128. You got, again, just going back to specs alone, if we're looking at just specs alone, this is a next generation device, guys. This is right there with the S5 and will be with the next generation Nexus as well as the Note 4. So the HTC is in it to win it with this device. And first impressions, battery life, pretty solid, no doubt about that. I have my brightness at about 65%. You can see right there, if I take it up to 100, it's very bright. I usually leave it at about 65. And I find that battery life is pretty good. A few accounts sync to it and whatnot, but first impressions, I am a fan. You have blink feed, obviously, which is customized. You can customize blink feed by putting your own personal feeds. So I feel like I'm definitely, you know, I obviously, guys, I switch phones very often. But given what HTC is offering with the one right here, with the M8, I feel like it's a great offering, and definitely, again, once again, underrated as a entire device. I mean, you're comparing it to, you know, it's going to have to compete with the iPhone 6 and with the S5, Galaxy S5, and obviously those are two tough competitors to compete with, considering they have the market share. But if you walk into a cell phone shop, if you walk into a carrier and you see this device and you hold it in your hand, there's no way you're not going to feel like, wow, this thing is premium. It's high quality, it's premium, that's exactly what it feels like. So first impression, I think this is a great device. I can't wait to play around with it even more and get you guys the full extensive review, the in-depth review, which we're going to do this weekend. I'm also going to be doing comparison videos, so stay tuned for that. No carrier branding, LT compatible, developer edition with an unlocked bootloader, meaning you can flash custom ROMs and do development without much of a hitch. It's definitely a device that I know a lot of people right now are obviously in the market. I mean, there's people that may have last generation device feel like, wow, wait a second, all these devices are getting so much better. My S4 or my G2 or my original HTC one may not suffice. And I can tell you guys right now, those are still great phones. But if you are in the market, the HTC M8 has to be considered. You have to consider this phone. And when I do the extensive review, I'll get into all of that, including camera, video quality, sound quality, and all the other bells and whistles. So there you guys go. This is my first impressions of the M8. If you guys have any questions in relation to purchasing this device, please ask me in the comment section below. I will be posting that the full extensive review this weekend, so look out for that. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching Technability. I am Beards. We are your source for no-nonsense tech. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to check out technability.com. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.